The weight of the world, it seems, settles heavily on our shoulders these days. We navigate a landscape of anxieties, uncertainties, and the ever-present pressure of daily life. It feels as though the battles we face aren't just personal struggles, but rather echoes of a larger spiritual conflict, a battle waged not just in the realm of the seen, but also in the unseen. Today, we gather not simply to pray, but to engage in a profound, personal declaration, a declaration of faith that transcends the mundane and touches the very heart of our being. This isn't a generic prayer for good health or material prosperity. It's a prayer born from a deep understanding of the invisible forces at play, the subtle influences that can subtly chip away at our resolve and our joy. It's a prayer that recognizes the battles we face, not as isolated incidents, but as part of a larger spiritual war. We acknowledge the enemy's insidious whispers, his attempts to cast doubt and fear into our hearts, and we stand firm in faith, knowing that God is our ultimate ally. This prayer is a call to action, a rallying cry for our souls, an affirmation of our unwavering belief in the divine power that surrounds and protects us. Have you ever felt the subtle tug of doubt, the persistent whispers that question your worth, your faith, your very purpose? Do you find yourself wrestling with anxieties that seem to come from nowhere, anxieties that cling to you like unwelcome shadows? This prayer is for you. It's for those moments when the weight of the world feels too heavy to bear, when the uncertainties of tomorrow seem insurmountable. It's for those of us who yearn for a tangible connection with the divine, a profound experience of God's unwavering love and protection. It's a prayer that acknowledges the struggles we face, but it's also a prayer that speaks of victory, a prayer that speaks of the unwavering power of faith to overcome every obstacle. This is not a passive prayer, but an active engagement with the unseen forces that seek to shape our lives. It's a commitment to stand firm in our faith, to declare the promises of God over our lives, and to experience the transformative power of His grace. Now, consider how this applies when you face trials, those seemingly insurmountable hurdles that challenge your faith and your resolve. These are not simply personal struggles, they are often skirmishes in a larger spiritual conflict. Think of the unwavering fortress of faith as a shield, and the enemy as a relentless storm. This storm attempts to breach the fortress's defenses, to weaken its foundations, and to erode its strength. Yet, within that fortress, a vital resource exists, the unwavering shield of God's protective presence. Furthermore, remember the biblical narrative of David facing Goliath. David, a shepherd boy, confronted a formidable foe, a giant seemingly destined to vanquish him. But David didn't rely on his own strength or his own weapons. He relied on the God-given strength, the unwavering trust, and the divine protection that empowered him. He understood that true strength lies not in human might, but in divine intervention. This understanding is crucial for us today. Consequently, we must recognize that these battles aren't solely external. Often, the most insidious attacks come from within. Doubt whispers insidious lies, fear plants seeds of anxiety, and disillusionment casts a long shadow over our spirits. These internal struggles can be just as formidable as any external threat. Think of it like a persistent weed choking the life out of a beautiful flower. We need to actively cultivate faith, nurturing its growth and ensuring it flourishes amidst the challenges. Another crucial layer is the concept of spiritual armor. Just as a soldier prepares for battle with the appropriate weaponry, we must equip ourselves with the tools of faith. This armor encompasses humility, patience, compassion, and a deep understanding of God's enduring love. We must cultivate these qualities within ourselves, allowing them to serve as impenetrable defenses against the enemy's attacks. This isn't a passive exercise, it's a proactive stance, a conscious decision to embrace the divine protection that awaits us. Consider the image of a lighthouse beaconing through the storm. Its light cuts through the darkness, guiding ships safely to shore. God's presence is similar, a beacon of hope that shines through life's darkest storms, providing direction and assurance. This light, this unwavering presence, is our ultimate shield. Reflecting on this journey so far, we find ourselves at a critical juncture. The threads of our reflection, initially disparate strands of personal struggle and spiritual conflict, now begin to intertwine, weaving a richer, more profound tapestry of understanding. The echoes of David confronting Goliath, the persistent whisper of doubt, the beacon of divine protection, these elements, though distinct, now converge, forming a unified narrative of resilience and faith. We are not simply facing challenges, we are participating in a dynamic interplay between the seen and unseen, a battle fought not just in the physical world, but in the depths of our souls. As we contemplate the profound implications of this interplay, an undeniable truth emerges: our strength lies not in isolated acts of bravery, but in the unwavering commitment to faith. This commitment is not a static state, but a continuous process of nurturing our spiritual defenses, of cultivating the resilience within us. It is a recognition that our internal struggles, our doubts, and our fears are not insurmountable obstacles, but rather opportunities for growth, for deeper connection with the divine, and for a more profound understanding of ourselves. Consider this: as we approach the final stages of our prayer, the cumulative effect of the discussed ideas is akin to a well-tended garden. The soil, representing our inner selves, must be prepared with humility and patience. The seeds, representing our faith, must be nurtured with consistent prayer and devotion. The weeds, representing doubt and fear, must be diligently uprooted, replaced by the flourishing blossoms of faith. The garden, in its entirety, reflects the journey we embark on, a journey of continuous growth, of deepening spiritual connection, and of unwavering trust in the divine. This garden, then, is not merely a metaphor, it is a living testament to the transformative power of faith. This journey, then, is not about avoiding the trials and tribulations of life, but about embracing them as opportunities for spiritual growth and deeper connection with the divine. As we move closer to the conclusion of this prayer, we find ourselves equipped not just with a renewed understanding, but with the tools necessary to navigate the complexities of our lives. The challenges we face are not insurmountable, they are, in fact, stepping stones leading to a more profound and meaningful existence. This recognition, this understanding, is the essence of our journey thus far. It is a catalyst, a seed planted in anticipation of the final blessing, the final reaffirmation of our faith. As we draw near the conclusion of this prayer, a profound realization emerges: the journey we've undertaken isn't merely a series of individual struggles, but a unified tapestry woven from the threads of faith, resilience, and divine protection. We've acknowledged the subtle whispers of doubt, the relentless storms of fear, and the unseen forces that seek to diminish our resolve. Yet, amidst these trials, we've glimpsed the unwavering strength inherent in our connection to the divine. This isn't a passive acceptance of hardship, but an active engagement with our faith, a conscious choice to stand firm in the face of adversity. We've understood that our struggles are not isolated incidents, they are opportunities to deepen our understanding of God's unwavering love and protection. The battles we face, both internal and external, are not meant to break us, but to forge us into stronger, more resilient vessels of faith. Consider, then, the implications of this understanding. It's not enough to simply recognize God's presence, we must actively engage with it. We must nurture our faith, cultivate resilience, and understand that the battles we face are often reflections of a larger spiritual conflict. The whispers of doubt become opportunities for deeper prayer, the storms of fear become occasions for seeking refuge in the divine. This understanding, this active engagement, is the key to unlocking the profound blessings and favor that await us. The true practice, then, begins now. It's not a destination to be reached, but a path to be walked, a journey of continuous growth and spiritual deepening. It's a recognition that each day brings new opportunities to strengthen our faith, to deepen our connection with the divine, and to embrace the blessings and favor that await us. Let us carry this understanding with us, into the quiet moments of reflection, into the challenges of tomorrow, and into the embrace of God's unwavering protection. Let this prayer not be a mere exercise in faith, but a catalyst for a life lived fully, faithfully, and in the radiant light of God's favor. Let us carry this understanding, this resolute faith, into the world, sharing the light of God's love and protection with everyone we encounter.